When we left off, Elvis Bragg had accepted Skepticop's Put Up or Shut Up paranormal contest. His task, to provide evidence of the Woodpyre Mill Phantom, or pay $250,000 to Mark Missouri, his nemesis, and possibly lose a family heirloom and national treasure, a one-of-a-kind clock in the process. To get help with this story and learn more about Woodpyre's infamous phantom, we reached out to a longtime associate of Elvis's, who, for the purpose of this documentary, asked only to be referred to as the Professor. When we found him, he proved to be a man of mystery. Come on in. Have a seat. We're here.
Okay, you can take the bag off now.
You okay?
Great, thank you.
During my interview with the professor, a fire alarm accidentally went off. And here's what happened.
What is that? What's going on here?
It's just a fire alarm. It's no big deal. They do it all the time. Have a seat. It's all right.
Kidding me. Thought this was a professional production.
After I was able to calm the professor down, the interview resumed. Would you characterize yourself as a whistleblower?
I don't blow, ma'am. No, I share. I'm a whistle sharer.
The professor? He is a straight-up spook. He's in the NSA, the CIA, the DEA, the FBI. I mean, he's a GDBFD. LOL, YOLO, he's top secret AF.
I first met Elvis Bragg in 2019. We went to a Native American lodge together in Colorado called the Belly Button of Reality. That's where we underwent our first sweat together. You see, a sweat is a prayer and purification ritual. So Elvis and I were in there for 7 long days. We were on top of each other, moaning and stretching, tugging, grasping for transcendence together. And when we emerged from that sweat, depleted and spent, it was like we had become fused together. One body, one mind. After that, it only made sense to start doing Tai Chi lessons together. And as a matter of fact, Elvis and I still practice to this very day whenever we can.
Tell us about the Woodpyre Mill Phantom.
The Woodpyre Mill Phantom. Now that's a story and a half. You see, the story of the Woodpyre Mill Phantom dates all the way back to the 1930s, before the passage of the Fair Labor Standards Act.
Woodpyre was a mill village in rural North Carolina, and poor cotton mill workers lived and worked there. And during the Great Depression, the town was known for having a very high crime rate. Then, in the 1950s, there was a terrible, unexplained fire. And then, the town just ended. It died.
The fire was the end of the town, yes, but it was not the end of the story. The cotton mill at Woodpyre was owned and operated by Lyle Linthead Bullock. He was a robber baron. Bullock employed child workers at the mill. Unfortunately, many of them died tending to his arcane, rusted machinery. Some were lucky and merely only lost their digits in what can best be described as dreadful industrial accidents, but it all got much, much, much worse during the stretch out. Bullock understood that his exploitive practices would not be legal for much longer. He had his workers at the mill working longer hours in the excruciating heat. You see, men like Bullock, they couldn't afford to let productivity go down. Every year, there had to be bigger profits. Hence, the stretch out. More workers died, more lint heads.
You use that term, lint heads. Can you explain that to our audience?
Local slang for mill workers. The workers at the mill would often come home and they would have white cotton clumps stuck to their clothes and hair. Bullock desperately wanted to be seen as a philanthropist, despite the fact that he was literally working these children to death. So when the children fell ill or lost their digits, he would often respond very generously. He would purchase brand new, expensive toy dolls and leave them on the children's stoops by night.
So if you were a mill worker and you were coming home late one night in the dark after a long shift at the mill, and you saw one of those fancy dolls sitting on a neighbor's porch, you knew there was a sick or injured child inside, a dying child.
And there were darker rumors too, rumblings. Oh crap, hang on a second, I'm getting beeped. Let me just silence it real quick.
You still use a beeper?
You'd be surprised at what I still use.
So, the rumblings, the rumors.
Right. Bullock would return to the mill at night and collect the severed children's fingers from his machinery, and then he'd store them, of all places, in a cigar box. In the 1940s, Bullock finally succumbed to byssinosis, brown lung disease. It was irony of the highest order. Many of Bullock's workers throughout the years in the mill would die from brown lung disease because it's caused by frequent inhalation of and exposure to cotton, jute, and hemp particles.
After Bullock died from brown lung, he became a local boogeyman, an urban legend. And throughout the 1950s, there were tales of lint head sightings. The Phantom stalked Woodpyre Mill, and there were even local stories about children, naughty children, coming home late at night and finding those dolls waiting for them, sitting there on their front porches.
He marked the houses with those dolls, and then the Phantom would return for the children by blackest night. and if the doors were unlocked, he would sneak in the house, take the children and spirit them away, and then murder them, stuffing their lungs, suffocating them with cotton clumps.
And where would he take the children he abducted?
His secret house in the woods, one with a family cemetery beside it. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to locate it yet, but luckily, Elvis has Bleeder doing just that.
Well, hi, I guess. I'm Willard Hendricks. I collaborate with Elvis on all his technology needs. We've been best friends ever since we were college roommates.
And why does Elvis call you Bleeder?
Oh, that's a nickname he gave me. The thing is, I'm a hemophiliac.
No, Bleeder is not a hemophiliac. He just has extreme social anxiety.
Can you tell me more about your condition?
Well, there's not much to tell except that my blood won't clot. If I get a pinprick or a paper cut, it could kill me, instantly. That's why I wear this protective suit. I also bruise easily and experience periods of diminished consciousness. See that?
What about it?
That bruise right there. The other night, when I went to get a midnight snack, I bumped into the refrigerator. I started to feel tired and woozy, like I couldn't stay awake. I stumbled, and then this happened.
I still don't see anything.
Guess it must be healing.
So, hemophilia is a genetic condition. So, I'm assuming one of your parents has hemophilia?
No, they're both fine. I have what's called adult onset hemophilia.
Adult onset.
It's rare, but extremely dangerous. It afflicted me when I was 20, during finals week. One day on campus, I cut myself on a postage stamp, and I just couldn't stop bleeding. It was like a faucet just got turned on, and I couldn't turn it off. I bled all day, all night. I couldn't stop bleeding. I went to class, entered to psychology, and I bled all over my loose leaf notebook. Then that evening, I rode a bus to a Nine Inch Nails concert with Elvis, and I bled all over the Greyhound upholstery. And at the concert, I bled for 2 hours in the mosh pit. Finally, when I got home, put on my PJs, brushed my teeth, and went to bed, I was still bleeding. Then the next morning, when I got up and blood was trickling all over my scrambled eggs, I thought to myself, maybe I should see a doctor.
You have to understand, everything is dangerous to Bleeder. Life-threatening. This microphone clip on my lapel, it's deadly. This pen, it's a murder weapon. That is why Bleeder has to live like a virtual shut-in. He purchased this building uptown and he lives there alone. He never leaves. He even brought in his retro video game collection and has it there in the basement. He's like Hugh Hefner.
I think you mean Howard Hughes. Hugh Hefner was a playboy.
No, Bleeder doesn't have a girlfriend right now.
I live alone here, behind all this glass. I can see the world happening out there, but I can't be a part of it. I get all of my groceries and supplies delivered to my doorstep. I can't remember the last time I left. But I have no choice. I have to take these extreme precautions.
Yes, we take extreme precautions when we visit Bleeder in his building, like we did for his birthday 3 years ago.
appreciated the pandemic, I guess you could say. For once, everyone had to experience life like I do, in lockdown. Everyone had to experience these long, grueling spells of diminished consciousness.
Would there ever be a reason that you would leave this building, your fortress of solitude?
If Elvis were in trouble, I'd try. I'd try.
God, this coffee is awful, Natalie. It tastes like piss. I hate that new pour over. Pack it up and return to Amazon, all right?
Yes, Professor Bragg.
And make a run to Starbucks. I need a latte.
Yes, Professor Bragg.
But get yourself something nice there, like a Twinkie or a cake pop or something.
Yes, Professor.
Ridley, did you finish power washing the deck?
Yes, Professor Bragg.
Great, but you're dripping on the hardwoods. You might need to dry mop that, okay? But I wanted to show you this. You see right there over the pantry? You see what I'm seeing?
Sure.
What am I seeing? Streaks of green, where the paint doesn't have good coverage, right? I need you to repaint that.
I'm Natalee Hanson, and I'm 19. I was in Mr. Bragg's class 2 years ago, but I got an incomplete because my grandma died and I missed the final exam. So now I'm his intern.
Unpaid.
Yes, unpaid.
What's your name?
Natalee Hanson.
Natalee Hanson. Do you believe in the paranormal?
You said I had to say yes?
You're not listening to your inner child, are you? You're afraid of judgment, reprisals, afraid of being picked on, or maybe even abandoned. So let me ask you, tunnel vision, just you, me, Bigfoot? You saw Bigfoot, didn't you?
Yes. He says he won't remove the incomplete from my transcript until I'm ready, until I've learned everything I need to learn from him.
And what does that mean?
I have no idea.
And what do you think it is that he wants you to learn?
He says I'll know it when I know it.
What about you?
Oh. I'm Ridley Zikes. I got caught using AI on an assignment for Professor Bragg's class, and he won't let me graduate till I finish doing all these odds and ends around this house.
What exactly do you two do here? And what do you guys think of the put up or shut up challenge, the contest?
Come on, don't linger. Hurry. Ridley, my God, did you weed the lawn?
Sorry, Mr. Bragg. I was pouring concrete for the back.
It's fine.
Elvis, where are you going?
We've had a huge breakthrough. We're going to Season's house. Come on. Come on, you guys, hurry. This is a huge breakthrough. Come on. Oh my gosh, I just remembered we can't get in through the driver's side. This way, we gotta get in the passenger side and then scooch over, okay? Come on, you guys, hurry. Alyssa, get behind me, all right? Come on. Hi,
Elvis, what are you doing here?
can I come in?
I mean, we weren't expecting you.
Great. Come on in, everybody. It's hot out there.
Hey, Season. Hi, Alyssa. Great.
Make yourselves at home.
Looks like the circus is in town.
Hi, Mark.
Oh, the circus is in town.
Yeah, we heard you the first time, Mark.
Elvis, what is this? Why have you descended upon our house?
Oh, you're not gonna believe this. Bleeder found the location of the Woodpyre Mill Phantom's house. It's the house of Lyle Linhead Bullock.
Bleeder found the house.
Yes.
Where?
Well, I found one of your old maps in our bedroom end table, and I mapped out the exact location. Wait, hold on. I used a Sharpie, I think. Wait a minute. This is the wrong side.
Oh my God.
This isn't the
Give
map.
that to me.
No, Season, I've got
Elvis,
it.
let go of the map. Elvis.
No, it's
Give me them.
get it. I'll get it.
God, Elvis.
Sorry about that. I think it's upside down. Hold on.
Oh my God, Elvis, step aside. Let me handle the map.
Right. You handle the map.
Elvis has never been able to read a map. I can't tell you the number of times we've been on these trips and he's gotten us lost in some strange neck of the woods.
So you enabled him. Again. You read the map for him.
I mean, I hadn't thought of it that way, but yeah, I guess I did.
Guilty as charged. I can't read a map. I've always been dyslexic, but not with characters or letters or numbers. Only with lines. My eyes, they invert them. I see all lines as backwards. Bleeder texted me the exact coordinates of the Bullock house. Hold on 1 second. I got him here. Yeah. Okay, I don't got him. I think I accidentally deleted that text. I think I put it in my spam.
Oh my God, give me that.
Do you remember my password? It's your name.
Yeah,
Season.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so Woodpyre Mill is here.
Right.
And Bleeder thinks that Bullock's house is here. That's pretty deep in the Great Balls of Mountains, Elvis.
Right. He said it's really easy to find, though. We just follow the river, take it west, and it's going to open up into this huge meadow, and that's where we'll find the house.
It's a good 3-hour hike through some pretty rough terrain. Is he sure about this?
Bleeder, he's got a mind like a steel trap.
Hey, Bleeder, he's that fake hemophiliac, right?
No, he has a very serious condition, Mark.
Yeah, a mental condition.
Hey.
Sweetheart, I don't want you wandering around out there in them woods.
Mark, I need Season to examine forensically whatever we find out there.
Yeah, so bring it back to the city, to the Skepticop lab. I mean, my lab. If you haven't heard, it's fully equipped.
Well, if you haven't heard, my lab, it's fully equipped.
You don't have a lab, Elvis.
No, but if I had a lab, it would be fully equipped. It would be the most fully equipped. Season, I need you to do this. You said you'd help me.
Bragg, are you packing heat?
Am I packing heat? Whew! I am packing imaginary heat right here.
Bragg, do you even know how to fire a gun?
It's not the Wild West, Annie Oakley.
Dadgummit, I'm putting my foot down.
And your hat.
She ain't going. You ain't going, Season.
I think that's her decision, John Wayne.
Where I come from, men are chivalrous.
Yeah, well, where you come from, you're an idiot.
He's right, Mark. Not the idiot part. But if I'm going to do this, everything has to happen according to my standards. It has to be perfect. Otherwise, Skepticop won't accept the evidence. I need to go.
I rented us a place.
Let me get my calendar. When did you want to do this?
Now? Tonight? I mean, I left the car running.
I haven't even packed. We haven't packed either.
What do you need to pack? It's one night away.
Hold up. Season and I have plans this evening. It's our anniversary. Alyssa, don't tell anybody, but I got Dom Perignon for the copter ride. Then I'm gonna propose to Season at the Grove Park Inn. And after that, I'm gonna slip her those divorce papers.
You're going to propose to Season while she's still married to Elvis?
After those papers are signed, it's all done. Finito. It's all over but the crying. Elvis is crying, that is.
What if Elvis still won't sign? We'll be in the same boat.
Oh, I know precisely when and where Mr. Bragg's gonna sign those papers, little lady. I know precisely what boat I'm sitting in. Hey, you wanna see the ring? It was 2 years ago today that we met. Fell madly in love.
Oh, honey.
I think I'm gonna puke in my mouth.
Elvis, Mark and I have plans.
Season, I'm on a timetable here thanks to this guy. I'm gonna be in the poorhouse in less than 1 year if you don't help me. Come on, you said you were gonna do this.
Hey, I said not today. I'm flying Season to the Grove Park Inn on my chopper.
What? Why?
I had everything under control, Alyssa. But Season, she insisted that we go up to the bedroom for some privacy.
Okay, Season, you've got your privacy. Now tell me, why are you two going to the Grove Park Inn today? That's where we went when we were hunting the Brown Mountain Lights, remember?
How could I forget? I made all the reservations.
Well, what are you two doing there today? Why are you going?
That's none of your beeswax, Bragg. And Season's not going on your stupid little field trip. I'm putting my foot down.
You can't put your foot down. Lift it right up this second. Alyssa, you heard that. Ridley, you recorded that. It's on tape or the film or the web or the cloud or SanDisk.
What's your point, Bragg?
I got a contract, the professor told me, with Skepticop, and there's a clause in that contract, a forfeiture clause, that says you cannot stand in the way of a claimant's obligation. What? So if Season doesn't go with me today, you're standing in my way, and you owe me $250,000. You can cut me a check right now. I also take cash, by the way, or a debit card.
Yes, I made Elvis aware of that particular clause in the contract. You see, in addition to my many, many other talents, I'm also an accomplished barrister. I reviewed the Skepticop contract carefully before he signed it, and it states that the claimant must experience during the term of the arrangement a condition known in Latin as plaga palma.
Can you explain plaga palma?
It's a bedrock principle of Western jurisprudence, which means, in layman's terms, to stroke freely with one's own hand.
Fine. Take your damn field trip, Bragg.
Really, Mark?
Honey, I do.
See? You see that? That's where his heart is. Right there. His wallet. He can't stand to lose that money. He'll break his perfect record of stiffing the little guy.
Elvis, just... Mark, can I have a moment with Elvis, please?
Fine. Now I'm getting kicked out of my own damn bedroom.
So, what do you think of Elvis and Season?
Well, they've always been perfect together. He really took her under his wing, like he did with all of us. I mean, I like Season a lot, but...
What?
She doesn't appreciate Elvis enough. Not the way that I do. When I sat on a toothpick last year and it perforated my intergluteal cleft, Elvis was here before I could put the phone down. Came over, took out the toothpick, bandaged me up, got me to the hospital. He had the steadiest hands I've ever seen, like a surgeon's.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out, Missouri.
Shut up. Just shut up.
You smell really good. Are you wearing Chanel Chance? Remember, that's the fragrance I used to buy for you. Did you know you were going to see me today? Did you put it on just for me?
No, Elvis. Mark was going to propose to me today.
Oh, well, thank God I stopped him. You're welcome, by the way.
Listen, I know this conversation makes us both sick, but we need to have it, okay? I am going to marry Mark. And you need to accept that.
No, I don't. I love you. Season, I will always love you.
This isn't about love.
Well, if you're going to get remarried, I think it ought to be about love. Don't you think?
As long as you and I are together, it's always going to be about you. I need the freedom to figure out what I want independent of you.
Well, fine. Figure out what you want independent of me, but don't lasso yourself to that half-wit cowboy. Season, you know what this reminds me of? That fad you were into for a while. What was it? Buddhism. That was it.
I'm a practicing Buddhist.
Well, so am I. I'm a practicing Buddhist.
You're a Buddhist, really?
I am. And I think most Buddhists would agree, probably 9 out of 10 Buddhists would say, that we're all Buddhists, right?
I don't think that's how that works.
Well, I think it is. And the thing is this. I bought a book after you left. It's called Buddhism for Dummies. I read that book cover to cover. I skimmed it. But there was a concept in it that I thought was really great, and it was called Starter's Eyeball.
Do you mean beginner's mind?
That's what I said, beginner's mind. But anyway, this concept of starter's eyeball is that you look at somebody with fresh eyes, with new eyes, without all the weight of all the mistakes they've made or all the conflicts you've had. So why can't you just look at me with eyes like that?
Elvis, I can't have starter's eyeball.
Why?
Because being married to you blew out my eye.
Oh, I hardly even notice the eye twitch anymore. I mean, especially if I stand over here, or maybe this way a little more.
Sign the divorce papers, Elvis.
Well, a Buddhist might ask, why don't you sign the divorce papers?
Because I know you. As soon as you see my name on that dotted line, you're going to double down harder.
According to the professor, it's an uncontested divorce after 20 days. You're the one who's delaying.
No, we can't end things like that. We have to do it right, clean.
You just want me to sign those papers so you're not the one who technically is ending our marriage. Come on, Season. Don't you miss this? Don't you miss us?
Do I miss you?
Yeah.
No. When I live in $1 million house and take weekend getaways to Paris and London?
It's not where you go. It's who you go with. I think you know that. You believe that? Season is 10 years younger than me, but I mean, who cares, right? So what? She's what I call an old soul. Calm, loving, rational. Season has this incredible glow about her, like every particle in her body is just emanating radiation.
I needed to tell you, and I told you. Now, oh my God, I see it in your face. You are gonna double down, aren't you?
Oh, hell yeah, I am going to double down. I'm going to re-strengthen my commitment to this marriage because I'll tell you something. I wouldn't recognize myself in the mirror if I gave up. I never give up.
No shit.
Why do I love Season? Oh my gosh, there are a million reasons. Her kindness, her compassion, the way she can never sing the lyrics to songs correctly. You should listen to her sing We Got the Beat by the Go-Go's sometime.
They got beady, they got beady, they got beady. Yeah, they got it! Woo! That is why you drive me crazy. Oh my God, let's just go.
So, wait a minute, we're going on the field trip?
Yes,
Hey.
but not because you convinced me. Because the sooner we get this over with, the sooner I'm done. I'm done. Do you understand?
I understand, you're picking me over Mark. Yes!
Oh my God, would you just go and let me pack, please?
Okay, well, don't get angry. I mean, remember, you have high blood pressure and an eye twitch. Do you need a pill or anything?
Get out. Get out.
I'll be downstairs.
And stay away from Mark. 5 feet in between you at all times.
So, after you discovered Bullock's house in the woods, you discovered something else about the Phantom.
I discovered a video that had been bouncing around the dark web like a ping pong ball. A disturbing video. I called Elvis. He had to see it. Before he went into those woods and into that house, he had to see it. It changes everything.